Welcome back. How are you feeling?
How you doing? Who are you?
I'm Amy.
How you doing, Amy?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah. Never spoke to you before, so.
I think we have, maybe.
One time?
I don't know, maybe not. Now I'm all thrown off. You're coming off of a loss, so it's a little different fight week for you. How does it feel coming in now? What sort of changes have you made? What's going on this fight week?
There's nothing different. I came off a loss before, when I put off the most viral knockout, in UFC history. So it's nothing different. Losses are part of the game. But I plan on going out there and just showing everybody a complete fighter, Joaquin Buckley, So, everybody going to see I'm championship worthy, after this fight.
And what do you think of your opponent? What do you think about the matchup?
He's just in the way.
So how do you expect him to come in? What kind of fight are you expecting?
I expect a fight. Point blank period. He gonna come forward. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't punk made, he ain't gonna be running. I expect him to come hard and heavy in the first round. If he doesn't do that, we'll manhunt. We'll come after him. But other than that, I just see a fight coming. It's gonna be a good fight. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are expecting this to be a quick fight of the night, perhaps a submission. a knockout of the night. You never know what the fans are expecting.
You must know something I don't know. You said submission?
No, I meant knockout. But you have an opponent who's coming into the fight on 2 losses, so he's hungry. Is that something that you kind of take into account?
This ain't nothing new. The same thing with Alessio. He was on a 3-fight losing streak. He was just hungry, motivated. That day. These guys are dangerous. Because at the end of the day, the UFC will cut you. Just for that. So I know he's gonna come out and try to give it his all, but I got a reason why I'm in here, so we're going to show the world what's up.
And how do you stay hungry?
How do I stay hungry? Well, we literally are hungry, like right now. It's like, so the way I stay hungry, man, is just, just knowing what I want and how much I want to get out of the UFC and just working for that, So that's where my hunger comes from, what we're trying to get out of the UFC.
And do you pay attention to what the fans are saying about you, negative or positive? Does that kind of fuel you a little bit? Like I said, people are expecting this to be the fight to watch.
I find it very disrespectful, but it's not just the fans. It's some other people, too. It's corporate. It's everybody that, just because you don't say anything negative, when you forget about somebody and you act like they don't exist and expect them to come back and be, like, humble about the whole thing, like, you feel some type of way about it. But it's just like, F everybody, man. Just go do your work, go win, go get paid, and go home,
Sounds like you're talking about something specific. Is there anything you want to tell us?
Nah, girl, you trying to set me up.
Had to try. Thank you.
I was going to, on the back of that, right, so the kick, obviously, all this attention, then you have one loss and it feels like everyone's just ready to stop talking about you. Do you prefer that, thinking like, okay, I can get rid of that and I can just focus on improving, or do you think, oh, so you guys are going to write me off already?
Nah, it's a reminder and a reality that this sport don't care nothing about you. So you just got to keep winning and get what you can out of the sport. That's it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I love to do it. And I'm not looking to impress or do this for nobody else but who I'm doing it for back home. I'm not doing this for, like, the fans. I'm doing this for my grandma. I'm doing this for my kid. I'm doing this for my girl back home to get this bread, Yeah.
Is that a good lesson to learn, you think?
Great lesson to learn. Reality check. Yeah. You ain't nobody.
Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Does Grandma watch the fights, and what does she think of your occupation?
Who?
Grandma.
What about Grandma?
You said you're talking about you fight for Grandma, you fight for the family. What does she think about what you do? Does she love the fact that you're a fighter?
She loves the fact that I fight. You know what I mean? She knows this is something that I love to do. She knows that I'm gifted. She knows that I'm dangerous. You know what I mean? She trained me to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Some of them ass whoopings, made me tough. You hear me? But regardless, though, she doesn't watch the fights, though. She can't watch it live. You know what I mean? But she loves to watch fights. I got a family that used to box back in the day. A lot of my great uncles, shout out to my Uncle Charles, Charles Brooks. And he was like, Golden Gloves champs, 3-time, almost fought Spinks, but he pulled out the fight, So it's pretty cool, man. I got a history of fighters in my family. So, yeah, she loves it that I fight. Yeah.
I think it's a great thing. So is there always sort of like is there a family get-together after fights where the family sort of breaks down what you did good, what you didn't do? And do you take what they say with a better grain of salt than maybe what us media or what the regular fans think?
Yeah, we talk about the fights and stuff. So my uncles do give me advice, like my Uncle Junior, Lewis Brooks. That's my granny's oldest brother. He gives me a lot of advice. He also tells me, watch what I say in media, because guys going to watch that. they gonna dissect it, and then they might change their whole game plan on what you said in media day. You know, so that's why you got to be careful. You know.
You know, and well, one of the things that you said, and maybe this is part of the dissecting or whatever, you said you wanted to show that you were well-rounded. I think a lot of people assume well-rounded means, oh, I can go all 3 rounds. I can tough it out. I'm just not going to go out and get a highlight finish every time. Right. But is that the kind of thing you want to maybe have some fights that do go further so you could show all your skills, or do you like these fights where you can go in and get a quick knockout in the first?
I mean, I can show all my tools in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing is like, because I'm not trying to be there all day. No way. The faster I can get the check, the better. You know. But at the end of the day, I can show all or what I have and what I can do in the first round. Believe it or not.
You know, I kind of posed that question to your opponent. I said, are you expecting him to come in and get everything in the first round? And is it a matter of just weathering through the first round? You know, so when somebody says, hey, you know, if you can make it to the second round, you're going to be okay with him. Would that be?
What did he say?
He said, no, he thought that you're going to be dangerous all the way through. And that,
okay, you know, I appreciate it. He's smart. He's smart.
You know, is there something to it? You know, when you have such a great thing like that kick, do you ever feel like everybody's expecting that every time, and is that tough to live up to that every time? Or
see, people got to stop getting it twisted. That kick only happened to get my name out, period. You know what I mean? I don't have to live up to that kick. I ain't got to do nothing. The kick is just something in a moment in time. Like, I'm greater than that kick. Like, that kick is not going to be the definition of me. And everybody going to find out eventually what I'm talking about once I beat Antonio and, you know, I beat the next guy, because I plan on fighting right after this, you know what I mean, before the end of the year.
What's the perfect number of fights for you to fight in a year that you feel that you're peaking every time that you go in?
It all depends on the people, and it all depends on how much money we make.